Hi, I'm Josh. Welcome to a new video, and today I'll be doing a recap of the music I listened to in January. This month I didn't listen to many albums because I've been quite busy, and whenever I actually sit down to listen to music, it's for the ranking someone's discography videos. But still, I did listen to some albums, and I would like to give my thoughts on them and even recommend you one of them. Before starting, this is not a ranking, I'll just be talking about them in the order I listened to them. So let's go for it. The first album I listened to this month and the first album I listened to this year was Regional at Best by 21 Pilots. And if you saw the ranking, the 21 Pilots discography video, you'll probably know that I didn't like that album much. The next album I listened to was Late Registration by Kanye West. And while there were some good tracks in it, it's probably the record I've enjoyed the least from the Kanye West records I've listened to. Don't have much to say about it. I think I should give a couple more listens to this record, but yeah. The next album is Hot Pink by Doja Cat, and I actually really enjoyed this record. It has some songs I liked a lot, and it's not that long, so I definitely had fun listening to this record. Moving on, we have Dawn FM by The Weeknd, a record I had no expectations from because I didn't like After Hours at all, but it was surprisingly enjoyable. I do think that most of this record has quite a monotonous sound, honestly. But there's definitely songs that stand out, and I'm sure I missed a lot of great things in that first listen I gave to it. So yeah, it was a record I enjoyed listening, wasn't mind-blowing, but it was worth it. On January 11th, I listened to 4 albums. That was a good day. First one of them was Teatro Era by Montesquien, and I really liked this record, I really enjoyed it. It had great tracks I hadn't listened from them like Coraline and In Nome del Padre. And it has my favorite song from them, Siti Ebony. And again, it's not a long record, so I think they put the songs they wanted to put. I definitely had a great time listening to this record. There were parts of it that really surprised me, and I think you should go listen to it. It's definitely worth a listen. The second album I listened to that day was Tickets to My Downfall by Machine Gun Kelly. And I'll be quick with it, this record sucks. The only song I found slightly interesting was the one with Holozy. For some reason, whenever a song features Holozy, it's good. But yeah, this record was boring as hell. I'll probably never listen to it again. Third album I listened to that day was Positions by Ariana Grande, and honestly I didn't like it that much, but there were a couple songs I enjoyed, Positions and POV. Fourth and final record of the day was Manic by Holozy. And I don't know, even though I really like Holozy, this wasn't a record I liked that much. Still, I gotta say that Suga's Interlude is a beautiful song and you should definitely go check it. Some days later, I listened to Dystopia, The Tree of Language by Dreamcatcher. And you may be asking yourself, who are Dreamcatcher? They are a K-pop group I discovered watching a Guess the K-pop Group video. And there was a song of them I really liked. So I went to listen to this album cause I wanted to know more about them. And there were some songs I liked on it, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's their first album and I'm definitely excited for more music from them. We're getting to the end. Next album I listened to was The Black Parade Is Dead by My Chemical Romance. Well, technically this album is a concert, but I'll count it as an album. I listened to this album in order to make the Ranking Every My Chemical Romance album video, cause I've loved this concert since the very first time I saw a video from it, and I wanted to have a different perspective of the Black Parade by listening to it live. I think watching the video of that concert is definitely worth it, they did a great show that day. Next, on January 27th, I listened to The King of Limbs by Radiohead. I had big hopes on this record. For some reason, I thought I would enjoy it, and that wasn't the case. I won't talk much about it here because I'm working on a Ranking Every Radiohead album video, so you'll see that later. But that same day, I also listened to the live version of The King of Limbs, and I actually enjoyed that version a lot. It was 1,000 times better than the studio album. The very next day, I listened to Hail to the Thief by Radiohead again. It was the last record I was missing from them, and again, I'll talk about it more in a future video. And finally, the last record I listened to this month was Post by Bjork. And it was great. I want to listen to this record a couple times again cause it really blew my mind. Not only the instrumentals are great, but Bjork has a fantastic voice. And it has the perfect length for an album. 40-ish minutes. It was a unique listening experience, and it's probably the record that has surprised me the most in the past month and a half. It's making me want to listen to all of her records, so probably in February's video you'll see me talking about them. I recommend you to check this album. It's one of those that you listen whenever you want to listen to something new. Absolutely worth it and surprising. And those were the albums I listened to in January. Leave a like if you'd like me to turn this into a series that I'll do every single month. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, subscribe to my channel. Check my music if you haven't yet. It's available everywhere, but you'll have the Spotify link in the description for you to go check it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
I've been waiting for years, hoping there's still a chance that you'll come visiting someday. Don't care if the cars are rusty, the wall is black, you can still pretend it's fun to live.